Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode. I'm recording this right after the last one, so not much has changed. I was going to, in the last episode I brought that I might unify some areas, but I did not. Anyway, yes, welcome back to another episode of TNO, The New Order. Oh, good old Hoi4, the game that somehow I keep on playing. Oh, well, we got events already. Yeah, so last episode I kind of just spent a lot of time talking about our country and what our plans are and whatnot. So this episode, we're just going to continue with that. This is probably going to be another decently long one, kind of slow, but that's kind of my goal with this. I got to go back and do my normal listening back to the videos and think about how weird my voice sounds. Anyway, yes, so let's get to the game. Italy and Turkey are at war. Oh, madness, I know. Actually, it's not Italy and Turkey, it's... Yes. I don't know why they're not in the Italian faction. Maybe I'm just dumb. Is it colonial government? Strange. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Italy and Turkey, going to war. Who's gonna win? No one knows. We are doing things to make sure that we gain control of the Soviet people. Because it would be bad if we lost. Zhukov is making his moves as usual. That sneaky Zhukov. Oh, yeah, so, if you didn't watch the last episode, go and do it. I would recommend it, obviously, because it's my video. You should always watch my videos. So good. But, yes, we're playing as the Russian Revolutionary Front, trying to unite Russia, maybe go to war with the Germans. We'll see. Things might change. And from that, we're gonna go the Tukhachevskyist path. So, big army. Yeah. So, where we last left off... What were we doing when I last left off? It was like 2 minutes ago. How do I not remember this? Well, okay. I'm continuing down my, path to get our food to not be terrible. Because we're all kind of starving. I'm gonna try to be nice Tukhachevsky in this one. I guess in this case, Voroshilov, because Tukhachevsky hasn't taken power yet. But, also, sorry if it lags. It is loading, so. Or it saves every month, so it gets kind of laggy here and there. Yeah, so I'm going to try to deal with our food security first, because that is hurting us. We need the political power and whatnot, because we're not getting much. See, Timoshenko's our head of government, really. Huh. And on top of that, afterwards, we need to make sure that we finish our... Yeah, this is... Tukhachevsky's confession is not... It's kind of a different meaning there. Yeah, and then we're going to make sure that we secure our power, going through our focus tree for Tukhachevsky, and then we are going to win. I don't know where I was going with that. We're going to unify the rest of Russia. That's going to take a little while, though. We still have our main tree to get through. Yeah, oh, bean counting. Again, I'm going to use my same idea of what I did last time is, because I said I was going to read all these events. I'm not going to. I'm going to read them up to myself and then summarize them. If you want to read them, they're right here. You can mute me if you don't want to listen to my annoying voice, because, you know, that's a good idea. 3,925 tons of canned beans. How many tons does the Glorious Red Army eat every day? 14.83. Splendid work as always. Wait, no longer. Okay. Basically, would if the Red Army were only losing beans? What? I think that might be a little off. Anyway, yeah, so that was, checking in, making sure that we're not, running out of food. And apparently we are losing beans. So, that is not a good sign. Which, you know, when you got a warlord state, I guess you kind of gotta expect that some people are gonna be a little greedy, and that... I mean, what are you gonna do about that? Tukhachevsky still got the lead. I'm gonna work against Zhukov. Maybe I'll appease him next time to get some more stability, since we have no stability. Let's scavenge for some loot. Because we're gonna need that. I'll make sure our country is in tip-top condition, and then I want to make industrial and infrastructural investments, because we need factories really bad. Oh, and our army. Let's do a little bit of army reform. I don't know if I have enough guns for it, but I'm going to make a standard 20 width. Oh, hold on one second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I am back. Right, army reform. That's what we're doing. So, infantry. We're going to make 20 widths. Standard infantry. That should be good. It's going to put us behind in a lot of stuff. I would probably think that maybe 10 width would be better, just having overall, but I like having 20 widths early. So we're gonna take a risk here. Eventually, I'm gonna make an agency that's probably gonna be maybe once I start taking some people over. Has Burgundy finally done it? Burgundy. Oh yeah. Also, old Himmler and the SS are sitting in France having a good time. By that I mean nuking people. Not really. They are nuking people. No. Yeah, they're nuking, they're doing nuclear tests. That's what I was trying to say. And through that, it's not a good sign. Also, apparently, we got a reverse of Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and Japan had dropped 2 nuclear bombs in Hawaii. What are you gonna do about that, right? So, I guess the anti-fascist light infantry. And then we obviously got the guards, which I will probably want to make these guys bigger. We got the power. Let's make them 20 as well. That's gonna push us a little further behind. But we will get out of that once we get some more factories going, which should be relatively soon, hopefully. So, we're not even close to our war plan. This is going to take a while to get through all of this. And this is going to be most of our lore, per se. Because, after this, it's a lot of waiting for war to happen, and then dealing with the occupied territory, and then moving on and invading more people, right? So, yeah. I'll say something else. I don't know what it was. I mean, I guess I can talk about other unifiers. Which might mean that I'm gonna get a little repetitive once we get to those unifiers, but... I'll do a quick overview, just because, I mean, we're just gonna be sitting here. Oh, actually, no, we're gonna finish this focus. We built some infrastructure. Pragmatic diplomacy. Open up our economy. And then we're gonna want to do the Trader General and then do food security. Because I don't think Voroshilov should kick the bucket for a little while, which is good. We don't want Voroshilov to die yet. Zhukov is... let's meet with the veterans and appease him, and then work against him. There wasn't a point in doing both, but there we go. Now it's slightly in our favor. It is close. Oh, okay. So Operation Snow Maiden, and we get enough manpower and enough guns, we can do that. Which actually, I probably shouldn't have made my division so big then. If that's the case, then I'm actually going to just straight up cancel our mechanized production and focus on guns. Oh, speaking of which, we got a border war. I've already got guys here, so hopefully that will, yeah, that should do well. Where are they pulling from? Oh, okay, I guess that works. Alright. Hold. Move, move, move. I swear if we lose. I did want to have some political power to spend, though. Oh, free military factories, put them on guns. Yeah, because if we can get enough gun production going, then Tukhachevsky can march around in his parade all he wants, and we'll get plenty of influence. And we have won. We've got some guns, we got some stability, we got some political power. Pretty good, pretty good. 4 of them. Let's put you 2 on him. And there. Pragmatic diplomacy and securing food. Alright. Let's... Oh, oops. We're gonna do the Trader General. So, I didn't want to close out of it. Volgograd, who is what we are referring to, are a state in over here. They're a neutral zone, and I think these guys left during when the revolution, or not the revolution, when Operation Susolov happened, and have kind of been like, all right, we're good, we're not gonna kill anyone, and now we're gonna trade with them because we would like to not die of food, so we're gonna give them some guns for some food. And gosh, I didn't want to do that. Grenko, Marshal Grenko turned from the tabletop. Gosh, okay. Inspect his map again. Certain margins were one-page reports of the regions with notable warlords. The front's foreign minister was not one for easy distractions, except apparently from a plate full of bread, butter, and thick slices of kielbasa. His secretary returned with. So, as he is trying to figure out what to do in the old Union, he is munching on that precious food that we have. These parties up are fun. Varutka. Could obviously let us in. This Vasily, yeah. So this is these are the gulags, and they're not a unifier or anything, they're just their own thing. But we're gonna go and take a chat with them. He's one of the more morally wrong people in Russia, as a gulag master, but yeah, we met with him because I presume that we've had relations with him in the past. The United States of America has defeated Guyana, that's what it's called, in a war, and now there's a new government. Let's see. We can invest in the infrastructure, but I'd like to do the industrial investments first because I'd like more factories. And then we'll be able to do food security. I'll be getting more political power so I can influence people more. Oh, Gorgy, you're so mean. You are quite ahead, actually. I will be getting a bunch of bonuses through this, but still. I'll get some bonuses through this, too. But still, Gorgy, you're so mean. Also, yes, I know it's Georgie, or... I mean, I guess Georgi isn't that far off. These are all obviously the American English-ified versions of their names. But, yeah. To be fair as well, even if we, didn't do well in this, or whenever we... Actually, I don't even know. I was going to bring up something and then I realized I was very wrong. Oh... Reichsmarshal of Ukraine got injured in a bomb. That is good for us. Troubling news from a troubled land. That's fine enough. Alright. We're gonna do food security, finish that up. No contender, we are evenly matched. I think Zhukov is about to take the advantage, though. Yeah. We will be able to deal with it, though. I just want to deal with this first, because the political power will severely help us. Alright, and we've improved our weapons. Oh yeah, I should probably show you the tech tree and stuff. So, let's see. We have an armor, do we have an armor bonus? No, we don't. We have A self-propelled AA bonus. Strange. Oh, we just have an AA bonus. We should probably take advantage of that at some point. I'm gonna continue work on guns, and can I do my engineering more? No. So now it is time for our industry, which actually really needs to be helped. Let's do that first. Guns are important, but I would rather have more factory output. Yes, so the tech tree. You got your guns and rocket launchers and infantry and special infantry, right? Pretty standard. There's more, obviously, like there's handheld AA, which is really nice. RPGs, that's normally not in Hoi4, right? But it's always nice. And mobile infantry, there's different types. Mechanized is its own thing, but, you know, you got these guys. And then there's helicopter infantry, which is the new one other than paratroopers, because there isn't paratroopers in this mod. Oh, and we finished our food security, which is wonderful. Now we're not all dying from food, lack of food. Let's do some investments in our little AA area, and we'll meet with the well, I'm 3 away from industrial investment, so we'll do that first, and then we'll deal with Gorgi. Yeah, so there's no paratroopers. Oh, new Sultan of Sionon. I don't know. Bulgaria goes into isolation. That's interesting. And good for them, you know. Better than being in the pocket of the German. Support equipment is about the same. There's some helicopter ones, which I would like. I mean, we're going to be playing these warlords enough that I'm going to have to make something interesting. But I kind of want to try helicopters in this game or in this specific one, because I haven't really done it. And then there's flamethrowers for the engineers, which make them have a little bit more soft attack. Then there's tanks. You got the APCs, which are nice. I don't know if they're super good. I haven't really used them. I think they're... maybe I'll use these guys, too, instead of motorized. But yeah, they are APCs. So they can, like, cross rivers and stuff, which is nice. They have some good hardness, which is good. So, like, if you put them with motorized, this would be a good combination. There's infantry fighting vehicles who have less organization than the armored personnel carriers. Same thing with defense. But they do more soft attack, I think, and hard attack. And then main battle tanks, which are just tanks, and they're very good. We're going to need them. Then there's artillery. There's AA in artillery. There isn't anti-tank because every infantry unit has anti-tank. And then there's normal, basic light, self-propelled. Oh, Italy won the Turkish War, which makes sense. We've done our investments. Let's do some professionalism. Oh, I need to do my industrial investments, and I can't do this. Oh, I'm at 8 instead of not 10. Okay. Let's go back here then. Not there. So yeah, there's light self-propelled and heavy self-propelled. So you want some rocket AA, you can get yourself some rocket AA. I'm probably just gonna go with, like, normal howitzers, normal AA. Maybe get some self-propelled if I really feel crazy. But I've noticed that these, I mean, they're, like, really good. They have 80 soft attack compared to 40. So, like, that's really strong. But they're very expensive to make, which is kind of the negative. Land doctrine, there's only 3. This is, like, air and land. Welsh elections, that's good. And infantry, this is for tanks and motorized, and I think there's some good infantry bonuses as well. And then strategic theorem, which is planning, which is good because you get a bunch of organization recovery rate. Like, this is, all of them are very strong. But I don't know, maybe, I mean, we're going with the deep battle man himself of Tukhachevsky, so I probably will go maneuver and then just have some helicopter support. Then we have naval. I'm not even going to touch this. There's a few new ones. I almost never do Navy base games, so that should say that on its own. But on top of that, oh, that's good. You can actually resume battleship development. Because I think you can't do that with some nations. Maybe I'll do... There is a sub-mod for this. Maybe I'll do Navy with them. I need to learn how to do Navy anyway, so... and then naval, this is pretty standard. It's either you go with submarines and whatnot, like light ships, or you go big ship. And let us continue with our focus tree and not get too distracted. Worsen? This is very long. I presume this is just focusing on... Oh, day on the job. That's not a good sign, but I hope that that isn't just Tukhachevsky starving people. A courtesy call. Arkanglisk to Tukhachevsky. Kurt Tone shown orders. Okay, so they want some experienced soldiers, and they'll send young recruits to be trained, which I'm sure Tukhachevsky isn't overly thrilled about, but he'll live with it. So helicopters, they exist. You got your scout, I think, or transport. I don't remember. Yeah, okay, it's off to the side. So yeah, the transport, which add speed and are for the air troops, the helicopter troops. You got your attack, which does soft attack damage. And I think these can be used to get CAS, close air support. The scout is for recon, and I think speed as well. And the anti-submarine, which we're just not going to use, because we're not going to exactly be dealing with submarines. Then there's the aircraft. The only thing that's really different is interceptors. I think these are just better against bombers and multi-combat role aircraft. Those are for late and stealth, and we're not going to get to the stealth. That's 6 years. Maybe we will. There's a possibility we will. I'm probably not going to use it, though. This is 1972. That's 8 years. Oh, and German Madagascar is collapsing. That's kind of neat. So it's either going to be, oh, I should have actually read that because I think there was something important in that. Anyway, that, is talking about, or that's, oh my gosh, okay. A democratic, and then the Reichskommissariats, and an authoritarian democracy. And there's the bubonic plague going on right now. So that's not great for Madagascar, but 'tis what is happening. I need to meet with the veterans and probably work against Zhukov. Alright, back to research. I want to get through all of this, and then I'll not have anything else to talk about. Okay, yeah, so heavy bombers and fighters and whatnot. Communist Revolution in Levant. Okay, this is actually important. Oh, and that finished. Okay. Communists. They're communists. Neat. We're not really going to be able to do anything with them right now, but late, if they survive, they might be a good part of our faction. Let's do the Army of International Proletariat, of course. Good old communism. Another day on the job. Pavlov resting both his feet against the dashboard. He's hanging out. Kulak's always full in the... Oh, boy. Found every gun in the west of the Urals a long time ago. If some Kulak thinks that they can come at me with a rusted sickle, Vasily could possibly go wrong. A bang, a distant thud, shouting, Vasily. Oh, boy. So, that's not great. That, is reminiscent of early Soviet times, which is never a good sign. You don't want to be reminiscent of early Soviet times. Wasn't much good that was happening back then. But yeah, it seems like Tukhachevsky has kind of promoted the rating of the populace, which is not good. It's bad, Tukhachevsky. You're not supposed to do that. Oh boy, and here's our first super event of the mod, which is what TNO is famous for. What falls faster, a man or shares? Which is kind of terrible. This is the Tokyo crash, economic crash. Out with a crash, and people are jumping off of buildings because of it, because their money has now been determined to be useless. Which is too bad. Never let money do that to you. Because it's not worth it. But, anyway, yeah, so that happened. Now Japan needs to recover. Oh, they're maximizing growth, which actually isn't that bad. Did they not get a negative from this? Their economy just crashed. Weird. Okay. I thought that would, you know, do some damage, but I guess not. Yeah, no, I mean, where was I going with this? I guess back to here. Yeah, so heavy bombers, tactical bombers, transport planes, and spy planes. Spy planes are for recon, which are decently nice. Oh, and we completed that. Let's see. Let's shift the blame. Go to Tukhachevsky's confession, which, again, isn't the best. Let's initiate that raid. Hopefully we'll find success there. Oh, I want to know what's going on in here. Zhukov still has a light lead. That's not good. It should be fine, though, because these are going to give us enough bonuses. Control the Gulf. They refuse tribute, and the sound of gunfire can be heard. Oh, please do well. Come on, good old Red Army. Oh, it made them. Ooh, this is not good. Good thing we have an extra army. Yeah, we have an extra army to fight Onega, who is fighting us right now. Let us get our troops on that border, but again, I don't know why they're doing this right now, since we are fighting them as we speak. But we will wait. We'll not back down, so yeah, weird. Okay. We already have guys here, and they're gonna be losing. They're losing their org quicker, which means that we will grab. Yes, food. We need food. And now we're fighting their border, the border war with them. Let's build some new schools. Let's help out the children of the Revolutionary Front. Guess we're not going hungry tonight. That's good. Got a lot of bonuses through that. We always need the political power. Let's work against Zhukov again, because I would like to overtake him in the race. Because, again, I know that I said we're gonna do well no matter what, but always, you know, you want to make sure that you're really doing well. I want to invest in infrastructure as well, because, you know, that's always good. Actually, Onega might be an interesting country to play, but I don't really know. I mean, I think they're good, but the issue with it is that they're kind of hard. They're not very powerful. We're going to shift the blame. Tukhachevsky's confession, which, okay, the reason I brought up that it was what a name was because Tukhachevsky in reality wrote a confession when he was tried, and it is one of the most blatantly false statements. Like, if you want proof that he was not a traitor, even though he says that he was, it's very clear that he wasn't. But yeah, this is him again complaining that Suslov's name brings as much hate as I do. Wait, you need to learn to hate Suslov's name as much as I do. Tender it, neuter it, stroke it, and know that I'll bring each and every one of you hateful bastards with me. I'll take the traitor out of his little citadel myself. So, yeah. He hates Suslov. Which, I mean, fair enough. Suslov is not very good. Kind of a bad dude. They're winning. I did not think that they were going to. I guess that we lost more orc than they did during that battle. Weird. That's disappointing. Well, we might lose a loot. Luckily, we spent it all. Yeah, that's rough. Alright, well, what are you gonna do? We have been raided. Darn. Dear God. Let's see. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Oh, our stability's really low now. Garrison slaughtered. Oh, that's really not good. We need that manpower. Yeah, we need guns. Yeah, no, so that is why I said that the little ironic is one of the focuses was Tukhachevsky had his had a confession. I'm gonna look at our government. Take a look. Oh, Federation of Novosibirsk, Free State of Magadan. So everything is kind of blowing up. We'll see who is going to take over Central Russia. Wait, who is? I want him to win though, because he's my best friend. No, for Shilov's order. In the end, it was Tukhachevsky's proposal that held the most merit. But it impressed him. Deep battle training to the newest recruits, and you guys have been disappointed to see deep battle prioritization. Gosh, I can't read. Resume, but his factories have collaborated with our early attempts to reorganize tank and vehicle production. Strategy perfected. Wonderful. Yes, deep battle, though not as heavily used as it probably would have been if Tukhachevsky was still around during World War II. It still had a very great influence on the Soviet army because it was a very good strategy for the position that Russia was in. Like if you want to say that Tukhachevsky was good at anything, deep battle is what it is, right? It was something that arguably was an early version of Blitzkrieg, things like that. Very different ways to execute it, but a similar idea. Actually, yeah, it's fair to say that they had a similar idea. Deep battle was the idea of taking various infrastructural points with a few armored spearheads. Blitzkrieg was more of a central spearhead, or two central spearheads to form encirclements and to take strategically important points, in the sense of to make an enemy not want to fight, not be able to fight. I think that's the big difference, is that since deep battle focused on infrastructure so much, it meant that when you saw the counteroffensive of the Soviet Union, it wasn't a let's retake every city that we can. It was a let's retake railroads and munition plants and things like that, because that way they could cut the German supply much easier compared to the German idea of take cities, right? Because, obviously cities are very important in war, but when you have a push to Stalingrad or Leningrad or something like that, it's important to take those cities. You destroy units in them, and same thing with the early invasion during Barbarossa. They could kill as many units as they wanted, but when it got to their ability to continue to fight, it's very clear that the Russians were able to do that more successfully, right? That's my rant about deep battle. Let's do some industrial investments. Yeah, but we're gonna see that in action in this. So maybe, well, this is Hoi4, so definitely not the most realistic, of course, but we're gonna do horizontal. Vertical's good, but it's definitely not concentrated. And the extra production is what I always go for over the other bonuses that it gives, because the output is very, very important. Efficiency growth is very good. Same thing with base, but I think the base or the cap is the same. These are both very good. That's basically what I'm getting at. Oh, I should have looked. Someone just got elected as leader of Japan, I think. Yes. They're fascist still, though. That's not great. Yes, we're readying for victory. I probably should have readied for war first, but still, let's dig up some guns, and then a heroic 46 years, a party for a party, and then forward onto a new dawn. So, then we're gonna be getting rid of the air raids, and then sadly, good old Comrade Voroshilov is going to die. Spoilers, in case you did not realize that all this preparation for when he was going to die meant that he was going to die. Zhukov took lead. I'm gonna beat some veterans. And how are we doing on time? It's about time. So, we're readying for war. We'll finish up this focus tree. We'll move on to the next one, and then we will probably start our march. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you never hit the like button to the jazz, you don't have to, but it always means that this video is seen by more people. I get more famous, obviously, duh. But yeah, anyway, again, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.